This video is sponsored by Infinity Kingdom. Welcome back to the weekly episode of the Revival of Cities. This is week number 5. The server has been open for almost a month now. You can still join us by downloading the game using my link in the description of this video. And you guys know what happens before the end of the month. The contention of relics. There has been just a bit of drama and fights, and I'm sure you guys will find it entertaining. Let's take a look at it together. Hello gamers and welcome back to the channel. The contention of relics. This is one of the core events in the game that happens once you hit your chronicle number 14. As you can see here, the first round of contention of relics will open. This event is divided in 3 stages or rounds, and we can go look at them together in the rules page. There are 3 stages, as I said. The first one called preparation period, where basically the event countdown starts. Then the contention period with 3 phases. Phase 1, Chaos Beasts Awaken. You simply have to kill these beasts on the map. Phase 2, the 5 major relics open for contention and energy nodes open for collection. And phase number 3, the ward heart at the center of the map opens for contention and you will be able to capture it. Let's break them down together in detail. One of the essential requirements to be crowned the winning faction is to collect the most energy cubes. The rules also immediately say that even if you end up in 2nd or 3rd place and are considered defeated, you will still be able to obtain part of the rewards. We will take a closer look at the shop later. You can obtain the energy cubes in different ways. During the phase 1, you will need to kill those, the Chaos Beasts. They will spawn randomly in the central part of the map, called the Forbidden Zone. As you can see, there are still some of them around, which cannot be attacked right now because the phase 1 has already ended. You can kill them alone, in group with your alliance, but this phase is often neglected, because the beasts give really very few energy cubes. Even the most active factions will end up with very few thousands energy cubes by the end of phase 1, which is nothing considering the amount of action points you will need to spend. What really helps your team is to collect energy cubes during the phase 2 in 2 ways. 1, the energy nodes, and 2, the 5 relics. The phase 2 will start 30 hours after the beginning of phase 1. It means that at 8 AM UTC on the 2nd day of the contention of relics, both the energy nodes will be available for collection and the 5 relics shields will be lifted and all the 5 relics will be open for contention and capture. There are no energy nodes on the map right now, but essentially they are like a resource point and they look like this. Imagine an iron node, but instead you collect energy cubes. This is a collective job that you take over with your alliance members, and you will need to complete the gathering of an energy node completely. Otherwise, if someone strong from another alliance attacks you, you will lose all the progress you have done so far, and you will need to start over, and you don't want that. But mostly what gives the most energy cubes are the 5 relics. Do you see these 5 structures on the perimeter of the Forbidden Zone all around the ward heart? Those are the 5 relics. They are called Enigma Liu, Sovereign Tomb, Temple of Norheim, Behemoth Cave, and Stella of the New World. Each of those relics give equal amount of energy cubes, which is 1,500 per hour, and also 6,000 valor marks per hour. The relic capture works in the same way of a city capture. You bring down the wall durability to 0, and then you defeat the inner garrisons. Once your alliance manages to capture a relic, the shield will go up again and the relic will be available for contention again after a couple hours. So it's important that you coordinate with your alliance in order to get the most energy cubes out of the relics. This was our first contention of relics in server 136, and it was a free-for-all, which never happened to me personally before. Normally, servers decide beforehand which is gonna be the faction winning the event, and usually it's the strongest faction, and then on rotation all the other factions in the following contention of relics. And here's exactly where all the drama and the fights unfolded. What happened in server 136 during the contention of relics? That's the story. Most of the server is Japanese, We know that because this event was in fact created to celebrate the launch of Infinity Kingdom in Japan at the end of the past January, and a ton of Japanese players joined the server, of course. This means that their time zone is very far forward compared to players from US and from Europe, which are the players that make up an international alliance like ours. Or ARC, for example, which was the strongest green international alliance until yesterday. Yes, until yesterday. They literally imploded. The central problem of the struggle of the green faction in this contention of relics was 404. 404 is the strongest alliance in the game as of now, but there is only one problem. They literally never communicated with anyone regarding their plans for this event. We all tried to message them, but received very few cryptic answers in return. Essentially, 404 held this relic right here, the Stela of the New World, for almost the entirety of the event, and they barely touched all the other blue alliances, and the blue alliances barely touched them, because it would be very expensive resource-wise to pick a fight with 404. So what did the blue alliances do strategically? They attacked us, and they attacked ARC. And since neither of us in EW or ARC could hold back 5 blue alliances almost entirely in the same time zone, or at least almost entirely from Asia, so very coordinated, we lost. I'm talking about AOFM, Vuln, CHN, then the alliance in position number 6, and Jump. We were overwhelmed by their power and obviously lost. Consequently, the Green faction started complaining towards 404 in the Kingdom chat, and all the drama started. You guys know how it works, you can imagine. We obviously weren't able to communicate at all with 404, and all the messages I personally sent to their leader were left just unanswered. It's of course a pity, because maybe we could have had a bit more of a competition, even if I still think that ultimately the blue faction would have won the event anyway, being them all from the same time zone and also stronger than us in terms of raw power and number of active players. We still fought, we had fun, but we lost. So kudos to the blue faction for winning it all. Finishing the talk about the contention of relics, we have spoken already about phases 1 and 2. In the last phase, phase number 3, the word heart in the center of the map will open exactly 56 hours after the beginning of the event, or at 8 AM UTC on day 3. So the barrier or the word heart disappears, and it will be available for contention. After one alliance manages to occupy it, the word heart will return to the unoccupied state, so the barrier goes up, and after 2 hours, all the alliances will be able to attack it again. The alliance ranked first in the winning faction for the amount of energy cubes obtained, and they have to be minimum 200,000 anyway, and that also have occupied the word heart will have the right to crown a king. This status will be decided by the leader of that alliance, so the first alliances ranked 4 energy cubes obtained in the winning faction. And usually it's just the leader itself to be crowned king. The king's title will last until the end of the current round of contention of relics, and being king will come with some perks, such as plus 3% troop capacity and minus 5% received damage. The king will also be able to set a kingdom declaration, send rewards to some players of his or her choice, appoint officials, which will have also some buffs, start kingdom buffs for everyone, and also set the power cap in order to migrate into the server. Not only you obtain energy cubes during this event, but also valor marks, which you will be able to spend in the shop at the end of the event, and the rewards will vary according to the rank of your faction. Of course, the winning faction will have access to more rewards, in particular to the Empress Wu and William I fragments, but everyone else will have also access to some rewards. So what is the situation now? The second strongest player from the Green faction, Lord, and also one of the leaders of the strongest international Green Alliance, ARC, quit the server today, so the alliance essentially collapsed, with many players joining EW. We have now a choice: talk diplomacy with Blue, grow our accounts and look forward to playing in server versus server together, or keep waging war at each other. But it's obvious that without ARC we will lose even more. On the screen you can see the mails that I sent to the Alliance, and now I will leave the choice to our members for the outcome of the next few weeks of this event. Will we go on a peaceful route or keep fighting? Well, the only way for you to know is to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and activate the bells for notifications so you don't miss the next episode. You can also try the game out by downloading it using my link in the description of this video. And remember, we are in Vita's Green Faction, server 136, Alliance EW, Immortal Warriors. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao!